I've said the Kamado Joe Jr. is a more capable grill than I thought given its size. So naturally you asked me to cook a brisket. That's what we're doing today. Let's get started. Hey, I'm James from Smokin' Dad Barbecue, and today is all about brisket on the Kamado Joe Jr. with a couple caveats. See, the thing about a brisket is it won't fit a full packer brisket. Here's a quick illustration of what a small, relatively small 14-pound packer brisket looks like when you try and fit it in the mouth of the Joe Jr. And so this means you have a couple choices. You could do one of a few things. You could buy just the point end or the flat end and cook that. And so I managed to do an 8-pound point end of a brisket, and it turned out really well on the Joe Jr. Or you may be tempted to buy one of those smaller flats, often that you can find at the grocery store, in that 3 to 5 pound range. And those, from all of my experience, are the toughest brisket to get to turn out good. And so to get an amazing brisket today, we're not actually going to do brisket at all. We instead are going to cook a Wagyu Tri Tip like a brisket. And so this solves a couple problems. One, it fits practically speaking, and two, you actually get a much better brisket from some of these other cuts when they're below, you know, those 5 pounds that you tend to see at the grocery store. So whether you're using a whole picanha, which turns out great, or a tri-tip, you get a better brisket by not cooking brisket. Let me show you how we're going to set up for today's cook. So I picked a Wagyu Tri Tip for today's simulated brisket cook for a few reasons. One, it's about the right size to fit on our 13.5-inch grid, no problem. And the other reason is this is going to have the most intermuscular fat, which is going to help make sure that our brisket on the Joe Jr. comes out juicy and tender. And so just like I would for a brisket, I just mixed a 50-50 mixture of black pepper along with Diamond Kosher crystal salt and went ahead and coated all sides evenly. I let that sit out at room temperature for about an hour just before we started to set up our Joe Jr. for today's cook. And like always, I want to go ahead and make some space on the bottom where I'm going to go ahead and add some smoking wood. And these ratios hold true whether I was using the Joe Jr. and I'm using a few small pieces of smoking wood, or I'm using the Big Joe. I want to try and maintain sort of about a 90 to 95% charcoal ratio to about a 5 to 10% smoke wood ratio. And this is because if I go much beyond that, I start to get a few negatives from that smoke wood, where if it can't get enough oxygen, it just sputters and puts off white smoke, which is not what we want on our brisket. It's going to taste like licking a wet tree, or it catches and it wants to go into open burning bush mode and drive our temperatures way up past what we want. And so to solve that, you want to try and stick to a pretty tight ratio of 90 to 95% charcoal to 5 to 10% wood. So in the Joe Jr., using some leftover charcoal along with a few extra fresh pieces, I put 3 little cherry block chunks on the bottom of the charcoal pile, and then I added 1 piece into the open burn part, and that's just going to help get us some wood burning right away. And to make sure that that was ignited properly, I used the torch to make sure that I could see coals ashing up, as well as that charcoal, or sorry, the wood burning cleanly and putting off nice clean blue smoke before dropping on our tri-tip that we're going to cook like a brisket today. Once it was on the grill and our grill was stable at about 260 to 270 degrees Fahrenheit is the target temperature for today's cook, I went ahead and threw on our brisket cook and added a meter probe so that we could keep track of everything. My game plan today is to let this go for about 3 hours before I start spritzing it with some water, and I'll do that depending on where we're drying out throughout the cook. I'm going to intentionally overshoot sort of a common wrap point around 160, 165 degrees. You might see online very common, but you very seldom get a good bark in a Kamado style grill at this temperature range, because we're using an air constrained ceramic cooker. It's very efficient at retaining heat, and typically that bark doesn't pass the scratch test until the 170 to the 180 range. Once we get there, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this with some butcher's paper. This is not waxed, nothing else on it. It's just sort of the brown butcher's paper, and continue to track our cook, bump our temperature up a little bit until we can get to a probe tender somewhere in and around that 200 to 203 degrees Fahrenheit, and we'll give this a proper rest, and then I'll be ready to join you a little bit later on today for a taste test to see just how well our Kamado Joe Jr. does at turning out a brisket. It's not a brisket, but we're already covered that. See you in a little bit. Okay, our brisket slash tri tip has had a 2-hour rest now. And so once it reached its probe temperature, one too many temperatures. Once it reached probe tender temperature around 203 degrees Fahrenheit, I pulled it off, just threw it in some foil, and left that inside in the counter just with a towel covering that. And so that's not going to provide as much heat retention protection as the FTC foil towel cooler, but it is going to be more than enough for this relatively short rest inside where it's much warmer. Getting it out of the foil, it looks and smells like brisket, and I can't wait to slice into it. So let me bring it out and reposition the camera. We'll slice it up together and see how we did. Okay, that tri-tip sliced up beautifully. Now with the Joe Jr., I don't tend to get as good of a smoke ring as I get on the Classic or the Big Joe without even the slow roller, where we have that extra heat. We can get an even cleaner burning hot fire. But I do see little trace elements of a smoke ring there, a nice little bit of pink around the outside, which lets us know we were getting nice, clean burning smoke, even in our Joe Jr. Now let's go ahead and see if it passes the brisket test. Now I just did a brisket on the weekend, so the memory should be right there accessible in the memory bank, and go ahead and see if this can trick the brain into thinking that we've got a proper brisket cooked in our Joe Jr. Grab a piece, oh it's juicy, to see if, oh, just fall right apart. This is gonna be good. Wow. That's better than the brisket I did. No wonder, because I think we are using a Wagyu Tri Tip here. That checks all the check boxes. I'm lost for words because I'm just that excited. It is really, really good. And so if you've got a Joe Jr. and you know that you can't quite fit that full packer brisket, you want the brisket experience, may I suggest Tri Tip. This is, again, so much easier to turn into brisket than a small brisket itself, just because we get that great intermuscular fat. Hang 1 second. You're going again. This is incredible the second time. And so really, really pleased with that. Not only is it quick and easy to cook, we did this in about 6 hours plus the rest time, so actually maybe 7 hours with the rest time, so 5 hours on the grill, 2 hours in the rest, and it came out incredible. So I hope you really enjoyed this cook and that you feel inspired to try brisket or a brisket substitute on your small Kamado grill. Let me know in the comments below if you do try, and if there's anything else that you'd like to see me cook. That's it for today though, so if you like this video, please let YouTube know by smashing that thumbs up button, and let me know by hitting subscribe to get future videos. Until next time, I'm James from Smokin' Dad Barbecue signing off, and remember, don't be afraid to fire it up.